Welcome back, Out-of-Body Explorers. Today we're going to talk about your spirit guide, and I'm going to give you 3 easy little tips to meet that spirit guide. But I also want you to know that I'm going to just call them your guides. Now you need to remember that these guides exist because they were assigned to your soul, and they were here to help your soul reach its highest potential as an earth being. And also, I'm reminding you that this is an out-of-body exploration channel. This is a personal system between you and your ancestors, making that connection, and you leaving this body to meet them in those other realms. And at the end of this, I will show you what my light being guide looks like. Okay, so just know that everybody is making their contacts with their light being ancestral friends. So my number 1 thing is goals. You should have your goals written down, because your goal really should be personal development. You are looking to hit that greatest potential as a human being. And that's why I created this channel, because God keeps telling me that this is the way to do it. And it's really hard when you read these books from this person and that person when the truth is really out here. I want you to really put down your intentions of why you're looking to get out of this body. That when I first did my video on meeting your spirit guide, while I was doing it, I had some channeling in, and I had to remind everybody that the blah 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 that I started talking about is basically your spirit guides are guides that are light being ancestors trying to speak to you. And during those intentions that you set, you need to now speak in command style speech. And your number 1 thing will start with, I will connect with my guides. I will meet my guides. I will learn from my guides. Now I gave you a couple to play around with, but I usually will put that I will meet my guides. Now I know last week's video was about breath work, and it was because I was trying to challenge you into what's going to go on next. Your number 2 thing on meeting these guides is going into that meditative state. So breath work techniques are very important. The reason why I do that release breath is to clear out my stress, open up my heart, and give space. I bring in both systems, but I clear mine away. And while I'm doing that, you can say creator of all there is, or you can say I am connecting with my guides. I am with my guides. I am with my guides. And the last thing that you should know about this connection is there is no pressure. When people think that they need to do this right away, they're being called on it. So slow and easy wins the race. So really work at it. But remember, this is a skill. Just like an athlete going to practice, every day is to perfect that skill. And this is the same exact thing. This is your personal journey. You want to keep your heart chakra full with love and gratitude so that all these things come through. If the stress of the day and the anger in you isn't released, then you will struggle coming through. Or, and I don't mean to scare you, you can meet beings that you don't want to meet because you have allowed that dark in you. So that's very important, and that's why being in love and gratitude and forgiveness will help this practice be a little easier. And now I will tell you about my story and my light being friend who showed up. I did that video, and if you notice, if I didn't speak the words, it's because I get channeled in with what's coming through when I do these videos. And so I introduced that as a meet your spirit guide, and they've come in holograms. But that's how it worked for me. And so Source has allowed me to have like a normal life, and they were giving me little things in progression. And so when I met that light being friend, they morphed him into someone that I dated. But in reality, he does really look like that. So when I was traveling to Las Vegas, they reappeared in the hotel that I was staying at, and they showed me that they can morph as beings into humans. And not only do they morph into humans, they are part of a light system that I was a part of, and I continue to come back and visit. But basically, he pretty much looks like this. He didn't come in the cape, that's just my drawing of it. And I know they're very tall, and I see the body because he showed me that he's able to morph and he's able to cloak himself, and he's also being called a hybrid. So that's what I got as we speak now. So he is my light being friend, or I have to say he is one of my guides. I am commander-in-chief in some parts of the military and space military, and I didn't watch those kind of movies. I used to make fun of my brother and his Star Trek world that he was in. But now I realize that I'm in that Star Trek world and he's being visited, so that's still stories to talk about. So I hope you know that all of us will be connecting with those kind of guides. So when you say spirit guides, I am always going to call them light being guides or just your ancestral guides, because they are assigned to you. You don't need anybody else but yourself and your personal journey. So like I said, here's my guy, and I want you to know that most of you people will be getting other figures. And let me tell you, that's a pretty looking one. I have a lot of beings that are half animal and human, so don't even know when to tell you about those. So I want you to be prepared for that if you're at that next level. Not that I want to scare you, that's where we're going, but the truth has been hidden from us. We have been always lied to about all these wonderful gifts that we have. Okay, out-of-body explorers, keep up your sleep meditations and your breath work, and I hope you also will meet your light being friends or your ancestor guides. Okay, until next week, press like and subscribe, and leave it in the comments to tell me if you actually meet one of your ancestral guides. See you next week.